Hello everyone, this is Munish. I welcome all of you to Crimetak family and I hope all of you are doing well and fine. Now today I'm going to talk about a financial crime which jolted the entire country. And why I'm talking about financial crime? Because remember, solving a financial crime is complicated, it is very difficult, but it is very important for the law enforcement agencies to solve a financial crime. And why I'm saying this? Because financial crimes directly impact the economy of the country. Also, it sends a direct message to the businessman community that if they defraud a bank, if they do cheating with public money, then the law enforcement agencies will catch them, not today, but tomorrow. So today I'm going to talk about the Punjab National Bank case. 13,000 crore worth rupees bank scam, which I covered since day one. And I remember every bit of this case because when the CBI lost the FIR, then I reported. When the CBI started raiding the premises of the accused in the case, then I covered. And when the Enforcement Directorate started investigating this case and started seizing and attaching the properties of multiple accused in the case. And why? The timing is very important because remember, the Westminster Magistrates Court in United Kingdom, they have delivered order in favor of the Indian government and Indian investigative agencies, that is Central Bureau of Investigation and Enforcement Directorate, giving a green signal to extradition of one of the prime accused in the case, Nirav Modi. So, if you talk about Punjab National Bank, the biggest ever bank fraud case in India, worth more than 14,000 crore, still counting. There are many, secrets still in the case because the prime accused are still away from the country and there's a extradition process still underway. Now, I remember in 2018, early months, January, February, there was one FIR lodged by the Central Bureau of Investigation saying that a person called Nirav Modi, who is a diamond businessman, has defrauded Punjab National Bank based on the letter of undertakings. By defrauding letter of undertakings, he has defrauded 280 crore rupees. Now, being a reporter for the investigative agencies, CBI and ED, you are mostly covering stories or you can say cases in which the amount of defraud is over 1,000 crore rupees, 2,000 crore, 3,000 crore rupees. But in this case, the first FIR, which was lodged by Punjab National Bank, it was only 280 crore rupees. And, it skipped from everyone's mind that this is a small amount for a financial beat crime reporter. This is not a very big amount. And later on, just few days after that FIR was lodged by the Central Bureau of Investigation, the officials of Punjab National Bank once approached the Central Bureau of Investigation saying that now they have recovered that more than 1,200 such letter of undertakings were defrauded, and the total amount which Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi, and his family members and associates have defrauded is over 11,000 crore. Then the amount went to 12,000 crore, 13,000 crore. So the amount kept increasing, and that is when the entire media, including me, we came into action. The Central Bureau of Investigation started raiding several premises right from Delhi to Mumbai. And I remember going to South X, where there was one of the stores of Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi, and the CBI officials were secretly raiding that premises. And I started reporting for India Today and Aaj Tak. And similar raids were taking place, in Mumbai, the Punjab National Bank office where the entire scam took place. And soon this case was being unearthed. By evening, we came to know that the main accused in the case, they have fled from the country. It was Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi. That time we were not aware that where Mehul Choksi or Nirav Modi were. Somehow we managed to get their numbers. We dropped messages asking, these are the allegations against you. Do you want to respond? Where are you? But there was no response. And later on, through the sources, I came to know that Nirav Modi might be in US, UK, or Belgium, and Mehul Choksi is in US. So there was one lead. We started working on it, and Mehul Choksi later on, sent a letter to the investigative agencies and also to the court saying that he is not well. He is not in his best of health conditions, and that is why he cannot come back to India. And Nirav Modi, there was no response. Now, also we discovered that Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi are somehow related. They are interconnected. Mehul Choksi is uncle of Nirav Modi. Mehul Choksi is, at that point of time, he was one of the biggest diamond trader of the country. And even for Nirav Modi, he was very popular not only in India, but outside India among the celebrities, because mostly common people like you and me cannot afford to buy Nirav Modi's diamond or a jewelry set. It was meant for the elite class, the business class, and also those who were celebrities who wanted to, wear something made by Nirav Modi. So, that point of time, we came to know that Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi, they are big diamond traders. And when we started covering the case, the amount came, and then Mehul Choksi, I got to know that he got a letter from Mumbai police saying that he is a very good citizen and there are no cases against him. And it was wrong, because later on I discovered through my sources within the Mumbai police and the Central Bureau of Investigation and Enforcement Directorate that there were cases against Mehul Choksi in the other courts of country, and this information was hidden from Mumbai police by Mehul Choksi. He never disclosed this information, based on which he got a report saying that he is a very good citizen, and that report was submitted before the Antiguan government. Now, in Antigua and Barbuda, you just have to make investment and you will become citizen of their country. And Mehul Choksi was aware at that point of time that if he goes to Antigua, it will be very difficult for any agency to bring him back. And it was his master plan. And why I always say that once Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi comes to India, comes to the country, there will be many skeletons which will fall. Because I remember that Punjab National Bank officials did not do their job properly, and that is why the first FIR said that the fraud was only 280 crore rupees. How come Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi fled the country just 2 weeks before the Central Bureau of Investigation lodged the FIR? Was someone from the Punjab National Bank tipping Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi that this action is going to be taken against you? Was there anyone from the government? Was there anyone from other law enforcement agencies? Because they were at that point of time one step ahead of the Indian investigative agencies. But later on, Nirav Modi was finally located in United Kingdom. That point of time, there was an extradition request, a red corner notice. Now it is red notice against Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi. Nirav Modi was arrested in March 2018, if I'm not wrong. He was arrested by the law enforcement agency. It was March 2019. He was arrested by the UK authorities. I was the first one to report that there is an arrest warrant against Nirav Modi by a UK court, and based on which Nirav Modi was arrested. He was sent to jail, and till date he is in jail. So the extradition process started, and for Mehul Choksi it was difficult because the extradition request was sent, but Antigua is a country which is very small, and if you have become a citizen of their country and if you have money, then you can flout many rules. And that is what he did. He hired the best lawyer and he started fighting the case that the extradition request by Indian government is absolutely false, and he is now an Antiguan citizen. He should not be sent to India. So the extradition process started, and Nirav Modi, while he was in jail, he managed somehow that evidence in this case are, destroyed. And through many people, his brother Nehal Modi, Nishal Modi, his other associates, what he did was he started transferring the funds, diverting the funds which he defrauded from the Punjab National Bank to the other countries, and he made his associates directors of those companies. So if the investigative agency like enforcement directorate, which has power to attach or seize the property of an accused, they won't be able to do that because it is on someone else's name now. So this was his master plan, Nirav Modi's master plan. And the witnesses in the case, especially a person called Ashish Lad. Now that person was threatened by Nirav Modi that if he gives statement to CBI or ED, then he will be killed. And then he was in Dubai. The server was destroyed. He was taken by Nehal Modi, brother of Nirav Modi, to Cairo in Egypt, and there the mobile phones of all the associates of Nirav Modi were destroyed in a blast furnace. It was destruction of evidence. So ED managed to get this evidence. They also got a video in which all these suspects in the case at that point of time, who became witnesses in India's case of CBI and ED, they disclosed in their video that they are against their will. It was under threat by Nirav Modi and his brother that they became director of his companies, and now they want to come back to India, and they are not allowed. They have been, you can say that they were kidnapped and kept inside one room. But later on, Indian government managed to get them to India. Their statement were recorded and became very important for the UK court. Several other evidence, like how we diverted evidence, how the officials of Punjab National Bank like Gokulnath Shetty were paid bribe, they were paid kickbacks, and that is how they managed to get letter of undertakings from Punjab National Bank. But I still believe that there are many more officials from Punjab National Bank. Someone at a very senior level in Punjab National Bank, they were also part of it. Their name will come once Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi comes to India. Apart from the ED and CBI doing a very thorough investigation, they submitted all the evidence before the UK court, based on which recently the UK court said that Nirav Modi can be extradited to India. Now this is the first hurdle which the Indian government has passed. Now Nirav Modi has an option of approaching the higher court in UK, going before, you can say that he will try to go before the European court, saying that he wants to stay in UK because once he goes to India, then is human, due to inhuman conditions, his personal life will become miserable. It will not be good for his personal life. And based on some evidence saying that jail condition in India is not good, and they cannot take care of his mental health condition, because he also alleges that he has suicidal thoughts. So those are the things on the basis of which he can approach a court which looks after human conditions. And these are few options for Nirav Modi apart from applying for asylum. But when I spoke to the officials, what they said that Nirav Modi might have 6 months, 8 months, or max to max 1 year. He will be brought back to India, and then he will face law of land. But this complicated process is yet to be over. The Indian government has made their submissions. The Indian investigative agencies have submitted all the evidence before the UK court, but he has to be brought to India to face law of land. And they have done a wonderful job. Both the CBI and ED, they have done a wonderful job. But as far as Mehul Choksi is concerned, he is still far away. Recently, when we spoke to the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, asking that what is the, his legal position in Antigua, what he told was very surprising to anyone. According to the Prime Minister of Antigua, Mehul Choksi has filed a case against Antiguan government, and he's going to take all the legal recourses because he has enough money to fight legal battles and to make sure that there are no legal options left for Mehul Choksi. It will be 2027. That means for at least 6 years, Mehul Choksi might fight legal battles in Antigua, and his extradition seems to be very difficult before 2027. So he might have evaded the Indian agencies for a long time. But when I spoke to several sources in Indian government, what they told me that they will figure out a way that Mehul Choksi is brought back to India as soon as possible. And my friends, financial crime may not be as fascinating as a murder crime or a street crime or a robbery. But remember, financial crime are something which are most difficult to be solved, but they are most important to be solved because they are the backbone of the economy. If they are not solved, then it will be very difficult for the economy or for the law enforcement agencies to keep a close eye on the businessmen who have quite often indulged into defrauding the national banks, looting the public money, and end of the day, cheating people like you and me. Thank you so much.